My first thought was this isn't going to be much cheaper than buying them because marshmallows, they're like 80 cents for 100 grams or something like that. They're pretty cheap to buy. It's just going to be a fun activity. However, I did the maths. These marshmallows will cost about 28 cents per 100 grams to make. So they actually are a lot cheaper. So the first thing we'll sort out is the gelatin. I use 2 tablespoons. Now 2 tablespoons of gelatin, that's about 2 of those. If they come in those packets with sachets, it's about a tablespoon each, but I recommend you measure it just in case because it's not always. These 2 bars first, Sam and Olivia. I'll package it. You want a reasonable sized bowl because this is the one you're going to be doing all your mixing in. With that gelatin, we just want to add half a cup of water. And I'm just going to give that a little stir.
That's interesting.
Doesn't matter if it doesn't completely dissolve in there or anything, and then we just let that sit and let that go all congealy for a bit while we get onto our sugar syrup. We want to add 2 cups of sugar into the bottom of a pan, and also we have an option here, glucose syrup. Add this stuff if you really don't want it to crystallize. What happens if the sugar crystallizes is we want 1/4 cup of this, by the way. If you're not adding this, then I'd say add about 500 grams of sugar instead of about the 400 grams that we put in. So the glucose syrup does help to stop it from crystallizing. Now if it does crystallize, it just means that you will still get marshmallows, they will still be yummy, but they might end up with a bit of a grainy texture. Can I have a teaspoon, someone?
Which one's it? A little.
Yeah.
Very gluey.
Right, now to that sugar and glucose, I want to add about half a cup of water. And we just want to gently start heating that. We just stir it gently because we don't want the sugar coming up around the edges if we can help it. If it does, do not panic. Very gently stir it until it's just all nicely combined. So I've actually got some sugar coming up the sides there. However, once this heats, I'm going to put the lid on this and let it boil, and hopefully, because it will build up condensation in here, the condensation will just help to get rid of that sugar. Right, so now we're going to turn the heat up, put the lid on, let that come to a boil. Now, once that comes to a boil, we want to get our thermometer out, stick it in there, and bring it up to between 115 to 120 degrees Celsius. Now, if you have not got a thermometer that you can stick in there, it's not the end of the world. I would say bring it to a boil and then maybe just give it about another 5 minutes, and that should bring it up to about 115 degrees. But it is, yeah, if you've got a thermometer, use it. Now I should point out as well, while it is boiling, it is very important not to stir it. Resist the temptation to get a spoon and stir it while it is heating up. So we'll get back to that. That gelatin and water, as you can see, that is gloopity gloop. I'm going to get that very hot sugar syrup, which we are not letting children handle. We're going to start whizzing this up and just going to very slowly pour the sugar syrup in while we're whizzing.
Don't forget the vanilla essence.
Don't forget the vanilla essence. 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla essence. And a little pinch of salt. So just a little dink of salt.
Here we are.
want to get our baking tin. Well, you can just, yes, we'll need your scraper and we'll need some oil as well, Sam. Now, while you can just oil this, it is best to use baking paper, otherwise it is really, really hard to get it out. We'll want a scrapey thingy.
My scrapey thing.
It is your scrapey thingy, yes. Just go put some oil in a little tub because you'll want to oil a lot of things because this marshmallow wants to stick to everything. So, just go rub a bit of oil on the scrapey thingy.
Why can't you use this?
Because that's a brushy thingy. I don't need a brushy thingy, I need a scrapey thingy. So that just got to the point where it just felt as though it was wanting to set a little bit in the bowl. Now, you can move the bowl. So, look at that. So, I'm going to pour that into here. Use the oiled up scrapey thingy. Get it all off the sides of the bowl. Now obviously the size of your tray will depend on how thick your marshmallows are. So this one, I think it's about 22 centimetres square. I'll measure it in a minute. Pretty sure it's 22 centimetres square. And well, I'll show you the size marshmallows we get obviously. That's going to be licked shortly. This is the hard bit, we gotta wait. You want to leave this for between 4 to 6 hours. However, first I'm just going to dust it. Now, I've got some dusting stuff that I already made up. And here is about 1/4 cup of icing sugar and 1/8 of a cup of corn flour. So however much we make, you want to make about half as much corn flour as there is icing sugar. This will be the stuff that you dust on this to stop it from sticking to your fingers. Just going to spoon some of this into the sieve. Just give that a dusting over the top.
There's going to be some pretty yummy marshmallows.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, pretty yummy.
Right, then save the rest of that for later. And we will return in about 6 hours. Who wants to lick stuff?
Me. Lick stuff.
As you lick the bowl, probably the first thing you'll say is, hey, that tastes like marshmallows. And for some reason you'll be really surprised by that. Okay, we are back. We've been doing things. Went to the library, we went to the skate park, they've worn me out. We've had dinner. Dun 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 dun. Even though this is on non-stick paper, this is still. There could even be an idea to brush your non-stick paper with oil first. Bit late for me now. But you do sort of have to just prise it off. It still will be really, really sticky. One thing I almost forgot to do was, got my little pot of oil there, got all your knife up. Having an oiled knife makes quite a difference.
So we get to roll each grain.
Getting a rowie.
Oh. This piece is mine, Sam.
Yeah, apparently everything you see here is Aston's piece. I'm just chopping his piece up into several smaller pieces. Well, it's already got some on the top, but until you'll get that dusty stuff. Pour some out on the bench.
Is it made of sugar?
It's sugar and corn flour.
Sugar.
So, grab a bit of that.
Can I choose my bit?
No.
Sticky.
It is sticky. Oh, look at that. Fluffy, flowy. Oh. And we're going to roll it, roll it, roll it.
Roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it.
Rolling, rolling, rolling.
Yeah, just keep
Rolling.
rolling.
You just got to be a bit patient when it comes to taking it apart and chopping it because it is just so sticky. It comes out so fluffy and yummy. I'll tell you what, just to put you three out of your misery, Do you want a bit each there?
For that one.
The official taster.
Are we gonna have another one each too?
No, we're not. Oh, that is just so. I mean, that is above and beyond what you get at the store-bought stuff. That is so nice. It is like yummy, pillowy, smooth, yummy.
Actually, I've rather enjoyed all the test batches that you've been doing. And they are actually.
I've noticed you've enjoyed the test batches.
They're actually really yummy, trust me. The thing is, this is a delicacy.
It is so much better than the cheap mass-produced stuff in the stores. Oh yeah.
It is.
Do it.
It's almost a shame to roast it.
Storage. Just put these in an airtight container, and they'll last forever. Excuse the noise of Clint loading the fireplace up.
Sorry.
But there's nothing in here that's going to go off. So you know, you don't store them in the fridge or the freezer or anything, because then they'll just go hard. But yeah, just an airtight container in the pantry. And I'm going to roll these rest of these out. So
These are yummy.
those are yummy. Hit like, leave us a comment, subscribe, and make some marshmallows. Rolling. Yes, Olivia's now gone and abandoned me now that she's had her marshmallow.
It's so yummy, I want to have all of them. Just I have two.
Hey!
I love you more than
I love you more than I love marshmallows.
I love you more than I love marshmallows.
Wow, that's a lot. Feel quite honoured.
Growing